Welcome to another Figuring Out Japan video. We sell all the coolest Japanese collectibles and figurines straight out of Japan, and you can find out more details about us in the description of this video, including our Facebook page and our eBay store, including a link to where you can buy this figure, which is the One Piece Master Stars piece Revival Luffy. So I might repeat some things here for people who know this figure series well. But this figure series is the Master Stars piece, colloquially known as the MSPs. And basically these are just larger figures that are made by the more senior sculptors at Banpresto. So they're kind of like a premium figure series. And the reason why it's called Revival Luffy is because that Luffy already had a figure released, this exact figure released a few years ago, and they re-released it. Now I believe the figure is exactly the same, but the box is different, and the reason why it's different is because this was actually part of a 3 set. So if we actually go around the back, you can see here that we have Ace, and Ace was also a revival Ace, so it was a re-release of a previous version. In fact, Ace has had 3 versions released now of that same MSP figure. The initial one has like a fiery background. The second one has like a blue background, and it says "Thank you for loving me" in gold letters. And I have reviewed the second version of it, and then the third version is this one. So it looks like a very similar box to this design. And then there was actually a third figure release, which was Sabo. And that was actually the first MSP release of Sabo. And what you could do is you could combine the 3 boxes together, and it forms a picture of this background scene, which is the story arc where it shows the 3 of them growing up as kids. So it's a really cool collection to get by having those 3 characters, of having Luffy, Ace, and Sabo all together. But if you have previous versions of this figure, then aside from the box, there really is no reason to actually go out and get this figure again. So let's have a quick look at the box. And I really like actually this box design. I really liked this story arc of One Piece when it showed the kids growing up. But that's what it looks like on the front, and then the side, and then the back, and it should say somewhere here for use as prize in Japan only, so Japanese exclusive. These came out in 2015, and then you've got Gold Toe animation sticker. So let's get the box out of the way and have a look at the figure. And it's a really beautiful figure. I really like the gold sash. The lighting isn't great, I apologize for that, but you can see there just really nice paint job on that sash there, and then the shorts have some really nice toning in them, some nice color variation there, and then the detail in the hat. You can see the really straw hat texture there. It's really good, and that's not sort of printed, it is actually rough if you put your finger on it. And even the underside has that sort of similar pattern as well. And then even the feet, the bottom of the feet, even though you don't see them, they actually have that detail as well. One thing that really actually impresses me is just the sculpt job as well. Like his calf muscles are really, even when you sort of feel them, it feels like that exact shape of a human. They did a really good job of doing that. And you can see there, I mean, that looks almost real. And even, the bone, how it sticks out here. I don't know the medical name for that bone, but it looks very realistic. Even the toes, you can see the sort of I don't know what you call those actually. I mean, they're knuckles on fingers, but on feet, I don't know. But you can just see the sort of toe bones going into the feet. So whoever sculpted this, it's probably written on the box somewhere, really did their homework about what the human body or the human feet look like. But you can see the same attention to detail in the hands, and you've got his scars on his chest, and then the face as well, the little scar under his eye. So the hair's quite, it's a bit dark to see. So there we go. You can see all the detail there. So just a really nice figure. Even all here, just all the sort of lines and stuff. I mean, this is the back of the figure, right? Like, you're not even going to see that, but they still went to that, level of attention to detail. So really nice figure. The height of this figure is 25 centimeters. So just as a comparison for size, that is an iPhone 5 case. So it's basically 2 iPhones, I guess. And as another comparison, I'm just grabbing whatever's around me, but this is kind of a standard sized figure, like a kind of 15 centimeter type figure. So you can see it's noticeably bigger. And again, this is a Dragon Ball MSP, but that's just another comparison for size. But anyway, you can measure yourselves 25 centimeters. If you collect the POP series, which I'm sure a lot of you do if you're One Piece fans, this actually goes quite well to scale with the POPs. I mean, the POPs vary a lot in height depending on which character, but you can see it's roughly the same scale. Marco is probably one of the smaller ones. And these also go to scale with the King of Artists series. I've reviewed all those figures that have been released to date, which is the Trafalgar Law, Ace, and Luffy. So yeah, I think this is a great figure. I really like the sculpt job. It's a good size, great paint job. There's very little not to like about this figure. So thank you very much for watching. This was the Banpresto One Piece Master Stars Piece Revival Luffy, released in 2015. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.